Hey, welcome back here to another episode of the Central PA Pour. And if you look off to my left, you're right. Mr. Kevin is back in studio. So
yes,
you're not traveling. You're home this time.
I'm home for a week.
Where you head to next?
Washington and British Columbia.
Wow, man. So you've been traveling a lot.
Yeah, first week was Ohio. Second week was Utah. Last week was Vegas.
Vegas.
And this week is Dover.
Did you lose any money?
$100.
$100.
I'm a cheapskate. $100.
Cheapskate. That's all right. But hey, we're glad to have you here. Mr. Dave's back in studio, and we got some more guests sitting in here. But where can they find the Central PA Pour? Dave, Kevin, you guys tell them.
Basically on all the social medias. Yeah.
At Central PA Pour.
Yeah.
And then you can also email us at centralpapour@gmail.com. Make sure you check out Kevin's son, Ben, every Wednesday at 9 o'clock with our Mix of Six Live. Mix of Six.
There you go.
Live. That's every night, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. And we got a lot of other stuff coming up here. We're working on some new content. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I'm going to let our guests introduce themselves. They are an up-and-coming new brewery. So welcome, gentlemen, to the Central PA Pour.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so tell us who you are.
I'm Mark Browning,
Jeremy Longenberger.
All right.
and we're Dover Brewing Company.
Dover Brewing Company. So Dover, Pennsylvania.
Correct.
Not
Not Dover, Delaware.
Not Dover, Delaware.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Central PA Pour. And Dover Brewing Company, you had another name before that, didn't you?
Yes, we were previously Catman Brewing, and that's because I'm a crazy cat guy.
Crazy cat guy.
Just like the crazy ones, right? Okay.
Kind of like women crazy.
Yeah.
There you go.
So was this a partnership that has been always, or did this just be develop?
It started with me, and one day Jeremy reached out to me because we live in the same neighborhood, and he's like, "Where is there a brewery in our neighborhood?"
Yeah. Yeah, if you go on Google, it showed that there was a brewery in the neighborhood. And I was like, how's this guy brewing out of his house at home, selling it? So I called him up, checked it out.
And lo and behold, you guys made a connection.
Yep. Yes, we did. And he had some brewing experience. I've been brewing a little bit longer and invited him over for brew day, and it just kind of kicked off.
Yeah.
So are your brew days anything like ours? By the end, we're kind of inebriated.
It can be sometimes.
Yeah, there are times. Depends on how many we start. I bring over and how many new ones you got. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So welcome, gentlemen. It's good to have you guys here. Catman Brewing was, and I think, Jeremy, you had mentioned it, when I first started venturing down, I was looking up craft brewing around the area, and I kept seeing this Catman. Where the fuck is Catman Brewing in Dover? So we know the story now.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, trying to get things going, get what we need to get going, and we're getting there.
Yeah.
So you guys developed this partnership, and then how did you guys get to where you're getting ready to open a brick and mortar, correct?
We're trying to. We're still looking for a location.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this thing has just developed, and you guys were brewing yourselves, and I see there's a trophy behind us and we're going to have a picture of that within the video. Tell us a little bit about that trophy.
That was for an event that Gift Horse in York was facilitating, and it was called Brewkids on the Block, and the trophy is for People's Choice.
People's Choice. So the people voted this.
Yes.
And I think we were in there, and I don't know if I did get to your stand.
We were all the way at the end down by the courthourhouse.
Did you guys get there?
I didn't get a chance, no.
I think I was there.
You were there?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I didn't get around a whole lot. We had all kind of problems that day trying to
Yeah, it was a rainy day.
Trying to do a live shoot with our first one, and it was...
We were rookies and...
we were amateurs. Amateurs. So.
I missed most of that event because it was the first day of football. So I had to go see that.
Yeah, I was there manning down the fort by myself with my brother and a friend for a little while, and Mark kind of came at the end, which he actually came at a good time because it was right before they announced the winner. So,
oh, that's cool. So that's awesome. And I think was it Jason from Gift Horse presented you the trophy because wasn't he the last winner?
Yes. Yep.
So, that's cool. So that's saying a lot about what you guys are doing.
yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing the fest. Me personally, I've been doing them for about 7 years. I think you're what on?
Yeah. Third.
So tell us about Catman. Where did that name come from? And then we understand where the Dover Brewing come from. Where did you come up with Catman?
As I said, crazy cat guy, and my wife said, "Why don't you go like Catman?" Because I love Batman, and just Catman kind of worked, and that's how it developed.
Do you have a light and a red telephone?
Now you're going too old school for some people.
Oh, please.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. You have a cat pole?
Let's take a commercial break.
So how many cats do you have?
I had 11 up
11.
until December. Now down to 9, unfortunately. But
Yeah, and I think before we sat down here, you just went away.
yeah, just 3 days ago.
Sorry to hear.
It
And
sucks.
it's always tough putting a pet
That's
down. Mr. Kevin knows all too well about that.
Yeah,
Myself
we all do.
and even
So,
Dave.
Yeah, my son had to put 2 of his dogs down. He was with us when he had both dogs. He had to actually put both dogs down.
Ugh.
Wow.
That's
it's
not at the same time, but I mean it was just within a year of each other.
sidecar,
Yeah,
and not the whiskey sidecar.
yeah.
But yeah, I tell you what, I think it's great what you guys are doing, and yeah, I'm anxious to try what you guys have brought here today. But you guys, tell us a little bit about the history of how you got started. Both of you. I mean, you say you've been brewing for a while, and Jeremy, you not
Not as long.
as long.
I've always been into craft beer. When I started drinking at 21, say.
Okay.
But I've always had a passion for it, and I was like, you know what, I want to make this stuff myself. So I knew a friend before and had brewed with him a couple times, and then found Mark in the neighborhood, and I was like, I got to check out what's going on here, and wanted to get my own setup. And Mark was like, why don't you just come down and brew down here? And we kind of hit it off. He had been doing some of the more traditional style stuff, and I had a little bit of a different mindset with some stuff. Like, I want to try some different things.
You want to be funky with
I wanted to just throw some different stuff out there, he was kind of like, I don't know, but like, all right, like, we'll give it a try. And it kind of just went from there. Everything was just kind of rolling pretty good. It was a lot of the popular stuff at a lot of the fests we were at. So it's just been really gaining a lot of momentum and everything. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Kits, or did you guys just jump full bore into all grain?
I went all grain from the start.
From the start?
Yep,
Yeah,
never
same
brewed a
here.
kit in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, me either.
Impressive.
How the hell do you figure that out?
YouTube.
YouTube.
And trial and error.
That's we're just kit brewers,
Yeah.
but we're ready to take that next leap. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're ready to start a brewery, although we've talked about it.
Yeah.
Once you go all green, that it just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. And my wife got me that kit a couple years ago, thinking it was going to be cheaper, and it hasn't been cheaper.
No, it really isn't. Not once you get into the equipment.
No, you start getting into it, and then you want to try new things, and then you want to brew more stuff, and before you know it, you're making all kinds of stuff. So,
I want to dive into that a little more, guys. I mean, we had CNC Brewing on here as well, and they did the same thing. They went no kits, just bam, all grain. So I want to dive into that, the mindset behind it. I'm kind of thirsty for it.
yeah.
Already? Yeah, let's go.
Already. Hell yeah. I mean,
I love it.
gentlemen, what is going to be our first beer? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this was a hazy, but it has conditioned and is cleared up a little bit, or a lot of it, should I say.
Well, I don't know. The longer it sits here, it's getting hazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. This is an IPA, was a hazy IPA that used Citra, Mosaic, and
Nectarine hops.
Nectaron hops. Yep.
All right. So the nectar, that is almost like the Trogs Nugget nectar. That's that hop, right? What you're talking about. Nectar hop?
It might be. I'm not sure which one they're using, but this one is just called Nectaron. So,
Oh, okay.
that was used all in dry hopping.
So is this an original recipe or is this
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything we make is original. I don't do any other recipes.
I'm not saying. What I'm saying is this like one of your
No.
OGs.
No. Actually, this was the first time we made this one though.
Okay.
With the Nectaron hops, but we made this beer previously with the Citra and Mosaic, but we wanted to give it a little more flavor in the end.
It first started with like a smash just with the Mosaic, and then I was like, let's throw some Citra in there. So we went with that, and I was like, all right, let's elevate it a little bit more. So then we throw the Nectaron hop in there. So that's kind of how this one came
Threw some
about.
flake oats
So this
in
is like series number 3 of this, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
in a sense, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many barrels are you guys brewing? Is it just still 5 gallon? Or 10
Most of the time,
gallon?
it's 10-gallon batches right now. We're looking to be going up to a 4.
All right. And does this one have a name?
It does not yet.
So
We are
you're-
still working on them because we're still dialing them in to give it a good name yet. But right now, it's just a really crisp, clean IPA.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your hazy IPA. Oh, that's kind of a nice sweetness to it.
That's from the
It's-
Nectaron hops.
Yeah, there's like no. I was trying to get a little aroma out of it, and I don't even get a hop aroma, really.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's mostly we did an original first hop, and I think it was right at the beginning, and we didn't do one for another 30. Then it wasn't for a couple more days till we dry hopped it. with
Yeah,
the
it was mainly
Nectaron.
dry hopped.
Yeah, it had more dry hop than it had the original.
That's pretty good. So, Mr. Dave, you're the IPA fanatic here. What are you thinking?
I'm a fanatic, all right. It's very good. I like it.
Yeah, that's
When he says I'm a fanatic, that means I'm fanatically opposed to IPAs.
Oh, really?
I am just not a huge IPA fan. I'm more of a porter stout, a lager type of drinker. Some of the IPAs, I'm not too, keen on some of them. Some of them are okay. Some of them aren't. And it's just a matter of taste.
Yeah. It's all about the bittering of it.
Right.
If you get too bitter, it just kind of ruins it.
It
And
does.
that's not bitter at all.
Not at
No,
all.
it's not at all.
That might be that. Would you say that the
Nectaron.
the Nectaron,
Yeah.
Nectaron, however.
7%?
Yes, 7%.
Nice.
Yeah.
a little stealthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's well
The
rounded.
alcohol's very well hidden in it.
So
Yeah.
has this been featured at one of your locations when you're doing the fest?
No, this actually we made after all the fest
Yeah.
were done.
Oh, so this is going to be maybe next year on the festival scene.
Yeah. More than likely, we'll tweak it a little bit to,
Yep.
make it our own. But for our first try, I think it came out pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, you get that dialed in. I mean, it's like I said, it's not overly hoppy. It's got a little bit of a sweet tone, like a malt sweetness to it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's an easy
I
drinker.
think you guys are onto something there.
Too. I'm with Dave. I'm not the biggest IPA, but it's pretty well rounded to me.
Yeah,
It's an
good.
easy drinker with
Yeah.
a little punch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
and I mean that's fine. I mean that's what you want with a hazy, almost an imperial. You want something to be a little bit higher ABV,
Mm-hmm.
little sweet juiciness to it, and
Yeah.
then so easy drinker. I think you guys are onto something. And so this is the no name hazy right now.
Correct.
yeah.
We'll see if we can get you guys submissions for some names.
Should run a contest.
There you go.
Yeah.
That would get you a lot of followers and people that want to name your beer.
That's one thing we're going to be looking at, with doing some funding as well. Naming of beers. You pledge this much, you get to name beer or whatnot.
Just say what was some of that brown ale? What was some of the names?
Oh,
and I can't even remember what we decided.
Well, what was the one that I just hated right off the top? The nuts to butts.
Nuts to butts brown ale.
I thought it just brought up wrong. It was just wrong.
Yeah.
So you guys mentioned how you kind of got started. So do you want to dive in a little bit? Your background and how you got into this, and then how it all conglomerated into the two of you coming together.
Yeah, sure. For me, I've been brewing, I'd say about 10 years now, home brewing. And it all started because I was going out to the bar, drink different craft beers, and like, man, these things are expensive. Like, there's got to be an easier way to make it myself. And that's when I started researching, and I saw extract and, all green, and it was intimidating at first. And but I said to myself, it's like, I know I'm going to get into it, so I'm just going to screw the extract kits and just go full bore. And that's what it led. It started out with a small 10-gallon aluminum pot and had lots of blow-ups in my house. Came home one time and had a pumpkin ale going, and the airlock shot off into the ceiling, shattered, and about 2.5 gallons of beer went all over the floor.
Well, I bet your wife was real happy about that.
I was single then, so it was all good.
Okay.
The cats loved it.
Yeah.
So, but that was a mess. From there on, never used an airlock again.
Okay. So how do you, then if you're not using the airlock, what are you using?
Just using a blow-off tube.
Blow-off tube into another bucket or something?
Into an empty vodka bottle.
Vodka bottle. And did you empty that vodka bottle?
Oh, yeah.
Now we're talking.
So 10 years you've been doing this, and you jumped full bore, all grain.
Yes, I did. And decided to make a pumpkin ale for my very first beer, and it was horrible. But you live and learn.
How many trial and errors have you had?
I've only had to dump, personally, I think 3 beers over 10 years.
That's not bad.
No.
Really
I mean,
good.
some weren't the best, but they were drinkable.
That sounds like ours.
Yeah.
So
we had a couple we had to choke down.
I've had some of them.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to waste it.
I think only one. I liked all the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one. Just that one. Yeah.
The raspberry.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was. Yeah.
It's drinkable. That's all I can say.
It was
drinkable.
It was drinkable.
It's alcohol.
Once you start putting fruit, that kind of tweaks things a little bit.
Yeah, well, I fucked it up.
There were other
That's what we were
issues.
waiting for.
There were other issues that we shouldn't get into right now.
We've already got into that several times. So,
Yeah.
I mean, all grain, full bore, YouTube certified.
Yeah. And also, I learned from other people as well, getting to know people in the homebrew community. I'm part of the regional Harrisburg area brewers rehab.
Okay.
That's a brew club I've been with for almost 10 years as well, and learned a lot from them, going to different breweries, talking to brewers, just getting hints and advice from people, and trial and error.
All right.
And here we are.
Yeah, Jeremy, about you?
Me? It's all because I like craft beer, and I was all into the brewery scene. So I've been to over 75 breweries. So I've always had a liking for it, passion for it, and I was like, you know what? I like this. I want to try it out. So I had brewed the first couple batches with a friend, and they came out pretty good. So I was like, I want to get more into this. So when I saw Mark was in the neighborhood, I was like, well, I'm gonna try and get some information from him, like how's he doing this out of his house, or how's he got this brewery and stuff. So contacted him, and it was just brewing in the basement, home brewing, and doing some of the fests. So I was like, let me give this a shot. I was going to get my own equipment, and that's when Mark offered for me to just use his equipment, come down on a brew day, hang out, have a couple beers. So it just started like that. So we just started hanging out while he had brew days, and then sometimes I would kind of bounce ideas off of him, like, hey, can we try something like this? Or would you be open or willing to want to try this or that?
You want to get a little funky?
Yeah, I want to get a little bit outside of the box, maybe not like your norm and stuff like that. And sometimes it was kind of hard to maybe get him to like budge.
He had to push me.
Yeah, I had to push him a little bit and stuff, but that was just my experience going to the breweries and trying so many different things. Because I mean, everyone likes the the old school stuff, the classics or whatever you want to call it, just your regular nice flight. But I like to like change it up, change the game a little bit, try different stuff. It doesn't always work, but I'd say probably 9 times out of 10 it's worked. We've maybe had to tweak a few things, but we've learned over the process here what we should use, what not to use.
Don't use passion fruit.
Yeah, we brought it to a fest one time, and like you couldn't taste it at all. So we're like, all right, what do we got to do? So we had to doctor it up a little bit, and it came out a lot better than what it was. But
So with going to festivals, and you guys are ready to take that next step for a brick and mortar, do you have to have a license, or you have to apply for a license to do what you're doing?
For the festivals, no. Some of them do require it, but most of them are pretty friendly to let up-and-coming breweries in. They may make you have a liability insurance, which you can just get online. And you can get
another YouTube certified thing.
No, actually, no. I learned that from another friend that was doing the same thing we were at the time, and they told us about it. And it's like, I don't know, I think it was like $150, covered like 5 events throughout the year, which wasn't bad.
No, so you can't sell your beer, correct?
No, we can't sell it. Unfortunately, we'd love to because giving it away kind of sucks all the time.
Yeah, and it's pretty popular. So there's always friends and family and other people that have come to the fest. They're like, "How can I get a hold of this? How can I buy it? Where can I get it? Can you make me a batch?" I mean, we had someone that wanted to do their rehearsal dinner and wedding, like our beer on tap, and we're like, I don't know, that's a lot of people, and we're on a little system, so
it would have been a lot.
Yeah, it would have been a lot,
but yeah.
Speaking of systems, I think you just purchased some new equipment.
Yes, we did.
New to you.
Yep, new to us. We bought a 4-barrel system off of Moo Duck Brewery out of Elizabethtown.
Yep.
So now it's sitting in his garage.
Sitting in your garage.
So. Yeah, it's sitting in my garage right now.
Dover Brewing might be moving to a new location until you get your brick and mortar.
No, we can't. We can't hook it up in there. Not enough room.
No. Yeah, it's a big system.
We'd love to get some early practices on it, but
yeah, we're gonna have to wait for the building to get it all hooked up. But it's sitting there.
Yeah.
Any ideas on a location you're looking for? I mean, Dover area. I'm
Dover
assuming.
area is what we want.
Yeah.
And we're looking, and hopefully we find what we want soon.
Yeah.
Well, there's a big ass building down the street here.
Why am I not surprised that
I knew that was coming.
that you're not bringing up the building?
Because it would make a perfect spot.
Oh yeah, of course.
The old supermarket down here. Right
that's humongous.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of money.
That would make the perfect.
That would be really cool, actually, because it's huge.
You could do a hell of a lot of
you
stuff.
Got your coolers already in there.
If
they're still working.
I think they have about 5 or 6 bays for tractor trailers that you
could be the whole brew
move
room.
your product with.
That could be the whole brew room. I'm telling you.
I just think you guys could label for everybody else around. Get your system up and running.
Yeah. I think we need a bigger system then.
Yeah, we definitely need a bigger one for that to be able to afford that place.
So as far as going forward, you guys are looking for the brick and mortar. The system you bought, what is it? A 3, 4, 5 barrel?
It's a 4-barrel system.
4-barrel system. So that's a good substantial amount.
And our fermenters actually have some local history from here.
Yeah, they're coming back home.
Yeah, yep. So our fermenters, they were the original plastic fermenters from Liquid Hero.
Oh, okay.
They went to
From
Moo Duck.
Christian and those guys.
Yep, they went to Moo Duck, and now they're back to us.
So they were back home. They made a loop.
Yep. We have 3 of them, and then we got one oversized 3.5 stainless steel uni-tank fermenter bright tank.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we met you guys January 2nd. You guys were doing something special with Jason from Gift Horse.
Correct.
And it all had to do with the People's Choice Award.
Correct.
Yep.
Explain a little bit about what this is going to be.
So the winners of People's Choice got to do a collab with Jason at Gift Horse, and we built a pretty big beer for it. I do say myself.
Yeah.
It is going to be a chocolate raspberry pretzel stout.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
And we tasted the wort without any of the adjuncts in it.
Correct.
So it was just basically the base of it.
Yeah.
I think you guys it's
I think it was very
damn
good.
beer.
Yeah, I hope
real
so.
good.
Not all of us tasted it.
It was it was the base stout recipe I came up with years and years ago, and just made a little tweaks to it to add some different flavorings, and hope it turns out. I spoke to Jason yesterday. He was adding more pretzels to it because we put 4 bags so far, and he didn't think it was all there, so he's added 2 or 3 more yesterday. And chocolate and raspberry should go in this week and should be available on our release date.
Yeah, February 4th, which is when this episode will be.
Yes, sir.
We'll have to get some. Our taste night.
Yeah, it is. We may have to come in there when you guys are you canning this, or is it going to be kegged only?
It's going to be kegged only, as far as I know. Yeah. We are taking a small amount of it and loading it up into, was it a bourbon barrel?
Oh, you guys are gonna
we're gonna age it a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
So I think he's might do a couple crowler sales with it as well. But that's up to him at this point. And then $1 from every pint at our release party goes to the donation entity of our choice, which is Heavenly Paws. They are a cat rescue out of York. I don't know.
We'll put their information on this episode release that they can go in and see what Heavenly Paws is, and go figure. Catman, you're looking for a cat donation area.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they will actually be there for our release on January 4th at 5 p.m.
And the release is going to be at Gift Horse?
At Gift Horse.
Okay.
Yes. Heavenly Paws will be there as well with a couple cats for adoption, and also taking donations for litter, food, anything that you can give them to help them.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be.
You're not taking any more cats home, Mark.
If I could, I would. My wife would kill me.
So we have a cat. Is this what you grew up with? Is it love of cats?
Yeah, I've always had cats, and I had dogs growing up, but I liked cats better. And when my wife and I moved down here, we were looking in the area and found our house, and happened to look out back. There was a cat walking through the field, and we're like, sold. So, sorry. And craziness started from there. Because got a trailer park behind us and a farmhouse to the right of us. And
that's the glory with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw a cat. I put food out. Next thing I know, we had a colony of like 15 cats outside.
Are they all indoor or outdoor?
All of ours now are indoor.
They're
we
all
brought
indoor.
several of the outdoor ones in.
Okay.
So it's given some to Heavenly Paws so they could, get adopted out as well. So that's why we're using them as our charity.
I think that's pretty cool. You guys, and the three of us, we got to know Jason and all these brewers, getting to know you guys. And that day we were in there watching you guys brew that. I mean, it was fucking interesting. It was.
Yeah.
We never watched a big, a full blown brew before like that.
Performance,
and it was awesome.
Yeah. Got a little cloudy.
It did.
Yeah.
A little smoky.
His ventilator was clogged up from his brother cooking.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was interesting. We all learned a lot of stuff that
Every time you brew, you learn something new.
Yeah.
I think with the video that Dave took, we definitely want to probably do a voice overlay of that because of some of the echo and stuff that was going on. We're going to try and put that together as well. You can use that.
The mic dropped out all the time.
Well, yeah. The one situation was whenever Jason handed you the mic, and you you had walked over to the other side of the room, and Jason was talking, and you forgot that I didn't get the mic back off it. And
oops.
Yeah, but that stuff can be cleared up. But we got the video. I'll show you a couple. Did you guys look at the clips that I put online?
You put stuff online?
You did?
Never mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel so unneeded.
I did see it. I did watch it, Dave.
Alan's not doing their homework.
So as far as what takes you guys from home brewing, becoming partners, and then you guys are ready to take that step, what's the deciding factor? I'm trying to understand a home brewer's idea, and then I'm ready to open a brick and mortar. I want to make this a business.
I think for me, it's come down to, with all the fest I've done over the years, people saying, where can I get your stuff? And it just kind of makes you want to take that extra step to open something up.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's been for me. And plus, I'm tired of people saying, where can I get your stuff? And I said, you can't, only here. So, and I'm tired of, we're looking for a place.
Yeah.
So I find that, I mean, it's a big gamble. You guys both have full-time jobs on the other
Yep.
side of this.
Fortunately, I work from home.
So you're working from home, but it's still full-time.
Yep.
Okay.
And I work full time Monday through Friday. So this is a evening and weekend hobby that's turning into maybe
an
something
everyday event.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, we're still gonna have to keep the full time jobs, until things get rolling and stuff. So that's gonna get really crazy and busy at that time. But
there's just so much to think about.
Oh,
How
my
big
goodness.
do you go? Do you bring in the food right away? Do you do the food truck? There's so many.
For us, we're looking at food trucks at first.
Yeah.
We want to get the quality of the beer out there, get it dialed in on the new system because it's a big step going from 10 gallons to 4 barrels.
Yeah.
So we got to get that dialed in. And so we'll focus more on that and let the food trucks handle the food for now.
With our blessing of doing smaller ones like Wingate or Winding Path, and some of these locations are so outstanding,
Yeah.
and beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that your future? Is like maybe see if this thing works out and grows? Is you're going to have like a South County destination, or
I don't know
Windridge
we'll ever
Farm?
be that big.
Yeah, I don't know.
I kind of want to.
I don't know if Dover would allow that.
Well, I don't know. The grocery store's there if we ever have to get that big.
Dude,
but
I'm telling you, that's some spot.
yeah,
But I'm thinking right across from I keep going back to my location, right across from the golf course, Grandview, right in between the Pizza Hut and the Dunkin' Donuts. There's
That lease space. There's a lease space. In
you
there.
get about 30, 40 people in there, not big, but that gives you an opportunity to open another location somewhere else.
I didn't even know that was even there.
Yeah. They built that building there where the Domino's, between Domino's and the Maple Donuts. There's a lease space in
So
there.
they get
between the Dunkin' and the Domino's there. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I
It's
looked at
really
that.
that's
small,
probably too
but
small.
It is outrageously.
Oh yeah, I can't.
I
imagine.
can
Yeah.
imagine.
I think it's like 900 square foot.
It was only like
Oh, it's
900
that
square
small.
feet.
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
realize that. Okay.
And they're wanting close to 6,000 a month.
Oh
Yeah, so not happening.
Brett could afford it.
maybe Kevin can hook you up with Brewvino. Maybe you can brew on the golf course.
That'd
we
be nice.
we talked about reaching out to them, but kind of just want to keep it ours.
Yeah, I
That's
tell you
I would
what.
say. Keep it.
I've been here all my life, Dover. I'm Dover born, I'm Dover bred, and I'll be damn, I'm going to be Dover dead. If you guys are able to open up a brewery in Dover, kudos.
Hey, my thing is I want to be it'd be like the hometown brewery.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
what I'm looking at.
Yep.
Sure, we want to, expand out to other places eventually, but my goal is mainly to be the hometown brewery.
Now,
Yeah.
you say you moved here. Where were you originally from?
Originally, I'm a Maryland transplant. Lived down in Hampstead, Maryland, and then my dad moved to Stewartstown, Pennsylvania, when I was around 10 years old, and just moved to Dover, 2015.
And what brought you up here to work?
It was kind of like a halfway place for my wife and I for driving for work at the time. She works in Harrisburg. I worked in Hanover at the time, so it kind of was almost like a halfway. Because we didn't want to be in Harrisburg.
Right.
Nothing against Harrisburg, but we didn't want to be in the city anymore.
Right.
And we looked around, and Dover's where we settled.
Good for
So
you.
We're here for at least another 11 years,
That's
Yeah.
nice.
at least.
Unless your Dover Brewing takes off, and now you're here for life. And you're going to be Dover dead just like me.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeremy?
I'm from York. I went to school West York. Grew up there
so
my whole
you
life.
and I got some animosity.
Yeah.
So.
But it seems like a lot of the people from West York have been moving to Dover, I guess. I noticed a lot of people that I went to school with are in the area, in the community. So I didn't move very far. But I grew up there my whole life in West York.
So you're local too.
I'm local, so haven't been any. I mean, I travel as far as vacations and stuff, but nope, I've always been here in the same spot. So
I met my wife. She's from Carlisle, and she said, "You'll never leave." I'm like, "Nope." This was before we were married. I said, "If you want to leave, there's the door. I'm not leaving. I'm here." So guess what? She's here too.
Yep.
Now, when I die, she'll probably leave. But we'll see.
Yeah, Dover's really blowing up, too.
It is. It's growing.
It's starting to grow, so that might help us,
The
with
housing
what we want to do.
population is just through the roof. Continuing,
it is. And being a Dover person my entire life, Ruvino opened up with a liquor license on this side in township was huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Bald Hills Distillery opened, that was huge because Dover has always been a dry town.
Yeah.
My entire life.
Well, technically, Dover Borough still is.
The borough.
Yeah.
But not the township.
Not the township.
Yeah.
They're a lot more lenient.
So if you guys can get this accomplished, because Bald Hills is no longer here, and that was a go-to spot for a while until he had to pack up and move. I don't know all the details. I'd like to get Jimmy on here and get him and feature his Pappy's Peach Moonshine.
Oh, that's so good.
That's some good shit. I think during COVID, I kept telling my wife because she was working from home. Every time he'd release something, run up there and go get it while they were in line. And by the time she got through, he was sold out.
Yep. A couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if you guys can get this accomplished and over, I think you guys are going to.
I've actually been in contact with Jimmy as well. And if we do find a place here, we do hope to have some of his spirits available.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he'd like to have some of ours, and
Yep.
we'll get some of his. So
Because I think he's looking at something going on in Red Line, and I know I was just at Gift Horse, and they're doing a keg cocktails in there with his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He puts out some good stuff, and that's why we started this venture. Craft industry, no matter if it's beer or whatever, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's fun.
yeah.
It is.
It is.
And the people are great.
And
Everyone's so helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've mentioned that we've heard that same story. The community
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
is not. It's you're willing to help each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, you're my competition kind of thing.
No.
It's
No, because the more the merrier, actually. I mean, if you're down the street from another good spot, I mean, I know in my experience, if I go to a spot and I see one brewery and then I see five, it's like, well, I'm going to go hit all five of them up.
Yeah.
I'm going to check them out, see what they got going on. I'm not just going to go to one.
I might be stumbling out of the last
right,
one.
yeah. Yeah, I might be feeling it by the end. But yeah, if I go somewhere and see a couple, I go to all of them. So if you get a couple of them clustered together in an area, I think everybody prospers or benefits off
And
of
that's
it.
what's going on in downtown York.
Yeah.
I mean, right there in downtown York, Gift Horse. Love Drafts just brought their another location in.
Mhm.
Liquid Hero, Collusion, Mudhook. Gear House is now at Archetype. It's just a booming area. This whole area is booming. I think it's great. And if we get more home brewers that are ready to take that next step, kudos, man. Kudos.
Speaking of Gear House, we just bought a keg watcher off of them last weekend as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been using our resources, and that's the other thing is when you go to the fest, you meet other people. They may be upgrading or getting ready to unload something, and a lot of that has benefited us. So it is like a community. They'll reach out like, "Hey, I know you guys were thinking about doing something," and then that's where we get the information from.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I got to say, that's the biggest thing that I'm so surprised about. Everybody's so open, and the collabs are with everybody. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't have to be the beer. The distills coming in with the beer and
Mhm.
crafts and
We found that out doing that, the Brewkids on the block.
Yeah,
We were trying to do that live episode, and we got to meet everybody, and we made a hell of a lot of connections that day.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty much fest or where you need to make the connections.
And I think we had our meeting, and we are putting some festivals that we definitely need to be there. We're not going to do a live shoot.
Wait a minute. I thought we were going to do a live shoot at the Super Bowl.
well, only when you're playing the band.
Long story.
Yeah. Inside joke.
But
Beer number 2.
we are going to attend some of these festivals, but we're going to do a live recording. We're not going to try and live feed it.
Yeah.
It's just too much bandwidth, too many problems. But we definitely are going to be there, and we're going to set up a tent like we did, and just do live recordings and put it out as a recorded episode. We had a great freaking.
Yeah.
Speaking of beer number 2, what are we looking at? This is the funky side?
Yeah, this is where
Jeremy?
we start getting into that stuff. Yeah, so we were able to create a really good sour base that we use for a lot of our sours. And for this one, this is a blueberry pomegranate fruited sour. So
Still no name?
No name yet.
No, we usually just go with whatever fruit's in there, so you know what's in there. We haven't really gotten into like any names with like the certain sours.
This is a sour.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a sour.
So
Okay.
how about pomp and circumstance?
Hey, yeah.
Are you not a sour guy?
I am not a sour guy.
Neither was I. He's the one that turned me into liking the sours.
I tell you what,
like the
sours
sour,
are.
too.
Yeah, there's a lot of times I'm coming home. All right, I want the heavy stuff. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give me a sour.
This isn't going to make your butt pucker.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. It's not a kettle sour. It's not overly sour. We found a pretty good balance with ours.
Some of the stuff that Brett has introduced me to. Yes, sir. that was a butt pucker. And I don't. But no, I've had quite a few of the sours from our guests.
Yeah.
That were pretty good. And I said, this is kind of like turning the page for me for sours.
Yeah.
Okay. Brett ruined me, but I'm sorry, your face itchy.
Yeah, it is.
Anyhow, we'll give her a try.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To the blueberry pomegranate sour. Pomp and circumstance.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Surprising. I was
I like that.
expecting one of your sours.
You're expecting that tartness.
Yeah.
So you guys said
two-
you'd come up with a sour recipe
Base, yes.
Yeah.
base, and then you guys just funk it from there, right?
For the most part, yeah.
I'm curious. So how you sour? How do you get to the sour? What are you guys doing to get to a sour base?
There's several ways to sour it. You know, you got your kettle sour, which is a lot more work and requires more equipment. Or you can do the lactic acid, which is what we do for the sour.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got several, like you got the Philly sour yeast you can use now as well.
Yeah.
But we go with the lactic acid method.
Yeah.
Definitely that blueberry is forefront. The longer it sits there on the palate, it's definitely resonating. I get a lot of that blueberry.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not a big pomegranate, so I couldn't tell you what flavor that is. I don't drink a lot of pomegranate, but I think that's resonating.
It's almost like a three
Am I
tier.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming through a little bit more now that it's sat a little bit. It's warm a little bit.
But
Yeah.
it's very good, and it's not over puckering, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't like them overly sour. I mean,
I like to
we've had-
enjoy it.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
to be able to taste all the
That's
levels
good.
of it with all
Yeah.
the fruit because we'll go heavy on fruit sometimes. I know sometimes it seems like it's a lot or a mouthful and stuff, but all of it kind of plays off each other, like some of the ones that we've done in the past. But
So when you come up with these ideas, does he just fucking walk away then and just like, do whatever you want?
sometimes I'll just be like, "That sounds like a lot," and it's like, "Well, just trust me and let's try it." And then usually it comes out really well to our liking, but it's all trial and error. I mean, that's all we've ever been doing is homebrewing. It's like, hey, why don't we try this? Like,
I think we hear that a lot. It's a trial and error thing, especially when, and we've said it, there's only so many beer styles.
yep.
It's how you tweak that style to make it yours.
Yeah, and I've always like explained to people, I was like, anyone can like make a batch of cookies or brownies, but it's like, what'd you
Maybe.
do? Yeah, I would like, but what did you do to make yours taste better than someone else? Did you make them extra gooey? Did you put extra chocolate? Did you put some peanut butter in there? Like, what did you do to it?
Right.
So that's where I feel like I come in sometimes. It's like, what can we throw in there to make this a little bit different and stuff? So sometimes we just debate on like, all right, do we want to do this, do that? Can we try it? And luckily right now, while it's being small batches, it's not as expensive.
Right.
We can trial and error it, dial it in, and figure out stuff now before we do get to brick and mortar, like which works and which doesn't.
So as far as recording what you guys are doing, do you use like an app or a program to kind of like throw an idea at it, or do you just write you down your recipes from scratch?
Pretty much written down from scratch and then tweak it. I use what's called Brewer's Friend. I use that to keep all my recipes on, and then we tweak them from there. See, hey, this tastes good. What can we make it better?
Yeah, that's
Just
like
go
the
on
base stuff. And then in my phone, I have like notes in there of all these crazy things that I want to try. So that's when it's like, hey, we're going to be brewing. I'll look at it like, all right, is Mark going to want to do we want to try this one, Mark? And I'll run it by, and we'll see if it's, because sometimes some of the fruit purees or different things that we use to flavor our beer, we'll already have on hand. So sometimes we have a fest coming up. We had 3 fests within like 6 weeks. So
you guys had to do some brewing.
Yeah, we were double batching, and then we were trying to play some of the same flavors together because we already had stuff. So,
we did we did a hard tea as well.
Yeah,
and we made like 30 gallons of that to have on hand for all the fests.
You made a hard tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we also do seltzers as well. Yep. So we like to cater when we go to the fest. We like to cater to everyone's palate because not everyone at the fest likes beer.
They're there because their spouse or other half is there.
Yeah, so we like to have something for them because we like them to both be able to enjoy the fest as well. So that's usually why we end up being really popular at a fest. We won't just bring your basic just lagers, IPAs, and things like that. Yeah. We'll have
here lately we've been bringing 2 beers, and then we'll bring a seltzer and a hard tea.
That's cool. I mean, what's the thought process and brewing process behind a seltzer and a hard tea? It's got to be. Is it different than a beer?
It's very different. It's actually a lot easier.
It's really easy.
Yeah, you're not dealing with grains at all.
Okay.
So I don't really want to give out all my process that I do.
No. We don't want you to. That's proprietary, but I think it's cool that you guys have thought that out.
They're the easiest and the cheapest.
And if you guys get your brick and mortar, that might make you substantiate different than somebody else down the street.
Yep, we do plan to have them on.
Yeah, we plan to have all that stuff. We like to cater for everyone's palate. We're not just straight across the board. We're just doing the basics. We'll have that stuff, but we're also going to try and separate ourselves from some of the locals or even just what some others are doing. We're going to try and bring some other stuff to the table that has worked for the fest that we've done for the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Is there an original book these are our original recipes we're going into this with, or is it just constantly expanding?
I have my base beers down that I don't need to tweak anymore. Obviously, I probably will when I go to a bigger system, but it's an ever-growing list of recipes. I think I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 plus recipes.
Yeah, so
we've only brewed 7 or 8 batches, and they were kits.
We're novices.
So
everyone starts somewhere.
We like to drink it.
Yeah.
But we are ready to make that next step to come up with our own recipe. Figure it out.
There you go.
I'm not ready to make a brick and mortar, even though I keep talking about this building down the street. It'd be a phenomenal. My vision.
Yes.
Yeah.
My vision is that could be a huge spot.
It's a goal. It's a thought of you dangle your own carrot in front of you so that you just keep moving.
That's what I did. Say try some of the greens. Just eat them.
I just thought of this. There's a lot available right behind us that you could build from scratch.
Yeah,
and we can come over and drink it all the
time. We've inquired about that lot. I have inquired about that lot.
Yes,
a long time ago. It is a commercial zone lot. They want a substantial amount for that lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
They want commercial monies.
Yeah, and they will not rezone it because it is along 74, which is the commercial corridor.
Right.
I'd love to have that lot. I would put a building up back there to put my camper in it.
Isn't there some sort of I forget what it is if you use a property and you just keep moving over and it's like homesteading it.
I mean, being a squatter.
Yeah. And then eventually it becomes yours, right?
Can't kick you out.
Yeah.
So where did the Dover Brewing come up between the two of you guys? Because it was Catman.
We tossed around several different names.
We
thought we had one, which we were going to go with Tilted Pour, but it sounded more like a bar then. And so we went away from that. And then we're just like, we're in Dover. I mean, it's where we want to be. Why not just, we want it to be like a hometown brewery. So why not just kind of brewing?
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping this works out that you guys find a spot
Absolutely.
to plant your feet.
Yeah.
Walking
Call it
distance
your
from
home.
here.
Because it would be a spot we can go and we could fucking walk home.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and it's close for us.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to travel far being local to Dover.
Mhm.
You know, it'll be right down the street that you're going to work.
And you know, it's a lot of work.
Oh, it's a lot of
Are
work.
you
A lot
guys-
more than you
are-
expect.
Are you guys ready for this?
Oh, well, I've been ready for a while.
You've been
Yeah.
I'm
ready
sure
for-
there's a lot of stuff I'm not thinking of, and I'll find out down the road. And I get brewers tell me that all the time, and I take notes on what they tell me, and so I try and plan ahead. But I'm sure I'm going to miss something.
And like
Yeah.
you said, you got this community. You can reach out to them. They're gonna help you
Mm-hmm.
because they want you to succeed.
Yep.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, I mean, your wife, is she behind you on this?
Yeah, she wasn't at first. You know, she was fine when it was just home brewing, and then I told her I want to, take it to the next level. She's like, I don't know, all the money.
Yeah.
So, but she's on with it now. So now that, she's seen what we make and obviously tasted and, sees the reviews we get and the popularity that we've had in the area for years now, she's on board.
Is your wife a beer drinker, or does she prefer?
Not as much. She drinks some. She just doesn't like the carbonation so much.
Yeah.
Does
but-
she like wine?
Some. She's a vodka cranberry girl. So.
Oh.
She's right up my way.
And our
she's-
wives like to
Very-
drink our tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. The
When they
wives love the
when they
tea.
come help at a fest, they're
There you
over
go.
there just filling their glass with the hard tea. The whole fest. We're like,
Oh, yeah.
really? It's like this is for everyone that paid the tickets to come into the fest, and you guys are back here filling your glasses all
You're
day.
killing my profit margin, man.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
they could
right.
take a picture of it, they would.
Oh yeah. Actually, we for my wife's birthday, we did like a little party at the house, and we brewed up some of the beer, so we had it on tap. And right away, she was like, "You're gonna have the tea, right?" I was like, it's like, yeah, we make all this beer, but you want the tea, so
So
yeah,
we're gonna definitely have to get a hold of this fucking tea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
check-
good stuff.
we're gonna have to check this tea out.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
I got a friend that he loves that twisted tea.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I do too.
Yeah,
That's
It-
kind of my inspiration behind
I'll
it.
have to
So-
let my wife know that you guys
Yeah.
have tea, because she's a wine drinker.
okay.
And,
I think
she's-
it's cool as hell. Got
Yeah.
different products.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
I think we've had one of our fruited sours go pretty high on ABV. That it was almost like a low grade wine once.
Oh yeah, it was like 11%.
Yeah,
Our
we did.
very first sour that we did together
Yeah,
was a triple berry sour, and yeah, it hit 11%, and it got to wine-ish level tasting
Yeah,
as it aged.
I have to tell you, as far as sours go, that the sour we had,
Very good.
that's very good. You know?
nice.
And I am not, like I said, I am not a big sour drinker. So my taste does migrate towards the stouts
Mhm.
in the porters, in the barrel age. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the barrel age.
Aren't you
'cause
really?
I don't
Okay.
like bourbon. I don't
Yeah,
like
I know.
whiskey.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, but we want to get a hold of a rum barrel
Yeah.
and do something for whiskey as
Yeah.
well.
There you
Well,
go.
like rum.
you just said you're doing that. Jason's going to barrel age one of this collab.
Yeah, I
with
don't
guys.
remember what it was in. I think it might have been a bourbon barrel.
Yeah,
think it-
bourbon
I think
or
it is gonna
whiskey,
be a-
something like
Yeah,
that.
it's going to be a bourbon barrel.
So,
Yeah.
I'll try it, obviously, because made it. But
Well, yeah, it's your freaking beer. You better try it.
Well, actually, when we get to the next one, the person we collab that with did the same thing.
yeah,
So,
yeah, you did. Yep.
And that's kind of what started us down this street. Is the barrel age stuff?
Yes.
That's our forte. That
Okay.
is our. That's what we'll go to.
Our first one would be
Yeah.
20%.
Yeah,
Yeah. Actually, and
the first one was that Boulevard.
yeah,
From Boulevard Brewing, it was a variety pack. It ranged from 11 to 19.2. They
Yeah.
were aged in different barrels, and it's like that's. And then we got into the Goose Island, Bourbon County, and
The gloss.
the Goose Island was the one that you
yeah,
actually I was not into the barrel age until Brett actually brought some of the Goose Island,
yeah.
and he brought it to one of the fires that we have fires, not bonfires,
We just pick a house and we light a fire to
We
it.
light a fire.
And you invite people
We
over
invite
to
people to go over and watch. Oh, look, the house is on fire. But we had we have fires at each one of our houses, and
I'm just going to go on record. I'm not a Dover.
You're from New York.
well,
New York.
well, neither am I. I'm not from. Brett's the only one that's a true Dover.
I'm a Dover.
Dover resident.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I came from a small town in western Pennsylvania called Johnstown. I don't know if
Oh,
everyone,
yeah.
I like jobs.
I don't know if everyone's ever heard of that, but we would have small little get-togethers at each one of our houses, and Brett brought a Goose Island
Bourbon County.
And it was really good, and that was one of the things that turned me on to it, was it bringing that in. I really enjoy the bourbon barrel.
Barrel age. It is an acquired taste.
It is.
Because
Yeah.
if you don't like the whiskey, that
Mhm.
boozy flavor is going to hit you for it.
There's some I can handle. Like I like Founders. Founders make some
Okay.
good barrel aged
Yep.
beers too. So.
But yeah, so we've had one that was 24.2%. That was from Duclaw. that's above port wine.
Yes.
That's up there.
So I think it's great you guys have thought outside that box, not just doing beer. I mean, you guys are doing a seltzer and you're doing a hard tea. I think it's going to set you guys apart. I think that's cool.
I hope. I mean, they go over
hope
well.
so.
They
Yeah.
really have. you
Yeah,
know.
they're always raved.
Everyone loves the peach hard tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the peach
Yeah.
is the big one. That's the big hitter for us.
Yeah.
Is the
I never
peach.
understood that, but you're right though. Everybody, even that shit beer. My son loves.
Bush Light.
Bush.
Oh, they're
coming out with a
peach.
Yeah,
Bush.
I saw that. They had that apple Bush Light. Mm.
How can they make that shit taste any worse?
Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, he's listening. We follow each other's.
Bush is Bush. It tastes
yeah.
like shit. It's just. I'm just being honest.
Bush is a great example of really creative marketing.
You're right.
And what they've done is they've made a beer that I feel is just a pedestrian beer.
Very inexpensive.
Very pedestrian beer, and they made it like it's the champagne with the popping of the top and the mountains, the Colorado mountains in the back. and
That
people
was
riding
the
horses.
Miller High Life. That was the champagne of beer.
Well, the
Yeah.
Miller
Yeah.
High Life was
Yeah.
called the champagne of beer, but I mean they have made it supposedly the best beer because I remember the Colorado mountains in the backgrounds when they pop the top and they make you just look at it and just
Yeah.
say, "Oh, I want to have that,"
And now they got
Yes.
Kenny G as their sponsor.
Oh, Kenny G.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
They really got hard up, didn't they?
Yep.
Well, you don't let my wife let you hear that. She's a huge Kenny G fan.
Dude, I'm telling you, Kenny G was the man when I wanted to get laid
Yeah.
in high school.
Oh,
He's off in the clouds playing his
Yes.
saxophone during commercials.
Yes. Yeah, he was.
Wow, off track on that.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I don't know. I don't think we can get this train back on the track without some equipment.
Let's talk collaboration. You guys do a lot of collabs.
We've done a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've done the one with Jason. We actually brewed a beer at Gift Horse when Jason wasn't there at the time because Mick, they needed something, and we made a surprisingly good beer. It didn't turn out what we wanted, but it turned out great. We were shooting for a strawberry sugar cookie Christmas ale for them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the cookies did nothing. They just clogged everything up. We got no flavor from them, no strawberry. So we just threw a bunch of our triple berry that we do into it. And we made that for Mick. He loved it. He still wants us to make more of it. So.
Yeah, he every time he sees us, like, hey, that one beer, that triple berry, is there a way you guys can make that again? So that gets reminded a lot. But
All the time.
yeah, it actually it turned out really well. At first, we were like, man, this does not taste like what we were envisioning. And then we had to fix it and make it where people would like it, and it actually went really, really well.
It sold really quick too.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the part. You might not like it making it,
Mm-hmm.
but a couple hundred people out there drinking it, and it's like, oh, this is damn good.
Yeah.
And we growler to go.
We did a couple with Moo Duck. What do we? Oh, I think the first one was.
Yeah. I was kind of just in the beginning stages of coming down for brew days and stuff. You did that parfait.
And... we did it. That's where the triple berry actually came from, started, and until we started souring the triple berry ourselves. Now for him, that's turned into a whole parfait series. So he's kind of used that recipe. It's different from what we have, but it's based off of that original recipe.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So somebody else is using your recipe
that
you developed, and that's awesome. I mean, that's saying a lot.
I like doing collabs, but at the same time, I don't, because I'm basically giving them a recipe that I created that I could be using for myself. So we try and come up with something different, so that it's not one of ours, and it's a one-off, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
So speaking of Moo Duck, so they're in Lancaster area, I think.
Elizabethtown.
Yeah,
Elizabethtown.
Yep.
Can you guys get us in touch with Moo Duck as well?
I can definitely try.
We'd love to have them. Because when you sent me the text, and somebody said, well, what's going on with Moo Duck? I'm like, Mark just posted he purchased some of their equipment. So I'm assuming they're either upgrading or hopefully they're not closing.
They upgraded.
They got a new to them system as well, which they purchased off of Columbia Kettle Works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Columbia Kettle Works is
involved with that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. The circle of life.
Yep.
Or the circle of the craft beer.
Craft beer, yeah.
It just keeps circulating.
Yep.
Yeah. As somebody grows, that equipment can move on to someone's a little bit smaller like us, and then maybe when we do get
Helps
open
us with
and
starting
grow.
up, so it's not expensive.
Yeah.
Pay it forward, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Paying it forward. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's happening.
That's that unfortunate, like that list of breweries that come out that didn't do so well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Unfortunately, you
It's a
do see a
positive-
lot of them close.
there's a positive out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, do you guys like sports at all?
Yeah.
I'm a football and
So,
racing fan.
I mean, as we're recording this, the divisional series are
Did
going
you say fencing?
Racing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sounded like you said fencing fan. I was just curious.
No, not fencing.
So Ben, who does our live episodes, he asked all of us about what our Super Bowl were. So, what are your Super Bowl predictions?
Well, I was hoping for Buffalo, but that kind of got
I think
shot
they're
down.
they're losing as we're recording. This.
Yeah. They
Oh,
are.
yeah.
They're not doing so well.
What about you, buddy?
I don't know. That's definitely gonna be tough. The game I'm interested in is on later, so nobody really likes anyone that
Tomorrow?
I like.
Dallas?
yeah. Not too many Dallas fans around here.
No.
I liked them as a kid.
My sister-in-law is a big Dallas fan.
Yeah, but they're not liked a whole lot around this area
Yeah.
because of all the sports teams that are local or I guess within the
Because of
state.
Philly.
I got a lot of friends that are Cowboy fans or an Eagle fan.
Yeah,
Or
so,
Steelers.
yeah, that's the same with me. It's like I'm a Cowboys fan. I have Cowboy friends that like the Cowboys, and then a lot of people that I work with or know like the Eagles. So it's a big rivalry. So I would like them to move on, but I don't know. We'll see. As long as they play as well as last week, they might have a pretty good shot. But
I'm a
I don't
baseball
know.
guy, so I have no clue. Even though back in the day, back in the 90s, I was a Buffalo Bill.
I was a Bills fan back in the day, too.
Jim Kelly and all those
Yeah.
guys, Andre Reed, and I mean that was the team.
It
But
was so great watching them lose 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Four, that's right, yeah.
Four Super Bowl in a row.
Yeah.
In a row.
Yeah.
they changed their zip code to 044. Did you know that? So Buffalo's zip code is 044. Like
044.
ours is 717. But
Yeah, right.
yeah, no. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of football, so when Ben put this out, he asked us all what our predictions were because he wanted to do a post, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a tough toss
It's
up. There's
tough
some
to-
solid teams
I'm
out
going to
there.
say the Yankees and Dodgers.
It's tough to call.
Yeah.
It's tough to call because all of the teams we're all good.
How
Yeah,
about
the
this?
cream of the crop's rising right now, so
Yeah.
it's like that's
But the
it's getting
Bungles?
tough.
Come on. The Bungles.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't watch football, but I listen to sports radio, so I know of the star young quarterbacks. 3 of them are in the AFC and are still playing.
Yeah.
All 26.
Josh
Wow.
Allen.
We might be done soon here, but yeah.
So he's going to
it's-
be done. Patrick Mahomes and then Joe Burrows.
Yeah.
And they're all in the AFC. And that is the cream of the crop, like you just said, is
Yeah.
rising to the top.
Yep. So it's going to be interesting which one comes out on that side. I think whoever comes out on that side might probably win. But.
Yeah. And then you got on the other side, Jalen Hurst. He's an up and coming.
Speaking of football, did you ever get a hold of Roethlisberger for his podcast?
No, I never got a response back. I'm still going to hit that bird again.
Yeah.
I want to be
I
there
mean-
for that if it happens.
I mean,
That would be really cool.
it would be cool as shit if he
Yeah.
would say, "Yeah, hey, I'll come on that."
If anybody's listening to our podcast, let them know that
We would like.
Roethlisberger hasn't gotten back to us yet, and maybe they can bug him.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they know him or know how to reach them,
Yes.
hit these guys up. That'd be something really cool.
That would be cool, man. It'd be,
So-
because he's kind of doing a similar thing. He's talking about beer and football.
Well, I forgot to tell you that 2 weeks ago when I was at the Steelers game, I didn't tell you I was.
You took a picture with Ben?
I
I saw that picture. He's standing perfectly still.
Yes.
Frozen time.
He was
it
in,
was frozen time. Yeah.
yeah, he was in his portrait mode. He's-
Now, how was the game? You were out there.
It was
Yeah.
good. Cold.
Good? Cold?
It was good.
cold. Yeah.
Too expensive to go.
Yeah, it's
It was
tough.
a Christmas present from my daughter.
Ah, then you
Nice.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was nice. That was a great Christmas present.
I'd rather buy the 60-inch TV.
Yeah, you could get the TV
About the same
for the ticket.
price.
Yeah.
It's gone to the game.
I'm
You
gonna
know.
say it, back in the 90s when I did go to a home opener game, and then you're not a Bills fan if you don't go to a freaking winter game.
Mm,
I mean, it
Like tonight?
Yeah.
like tonight.
No, I've been up there when it was like 3 foot of snow on the ground. You're having snowball battles with
Me too.
whoever in the stands. It was just cold.
I built
Yeah.
that stadium.
I didn't feel a damn thing, but it was cold.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but I've been to several NFL games, but I've never paid for one. Anyway,
It's
we're
'cause
not
you
gonna
were
get
in the
into-
Let's
No.
drink.
Let's drink. No, but I think it's great. I mean, it's great that your daughter had done this. This is great. You know, and it's been years since I've been to an NFL game. And it's nice to be there. At the game. When it's two things. You can watch it on TV, or it could be at the game, and there's good points at both of them. And I'd rather be at the game. It would be kind of cool.
To each his own.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I prefer to be sitting on my butt in
Yes.
front of my TV.
Drinking
Yeah.
your beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
And
Or
that is
a lot of friends and we used to go up to Pittsburgh and we would go hang out in the bars during the game.
Right.
So that's a way better feeling than just sitting on your couch because you're hanging out with a fans. So
Yes.
that helps too.
yeah. But yeah, I know what you mean.
So tell us again where they can find Dover Brewing. You guys have a website and stuff going on?
DoverBrewCo.com for our website. Still in planning right now, but at least you'll see our logo. And then we have Dover, I think it's Dover_Brewco for Instagram. I still got to change the Twitter.
Okay. And I think I found you on Facebook at
Yes,
Dover
on-
Brew Co. on
Yep.
Facebook.
Yes, on Facebook as well.
And that's been changed since the Catman, or
Yes,
okay.
I just changed from Catman to the other one. That way we kept all of our followers and everything. The change.
Yeah.
So the time frame on this is depending on if you can find a brick and mortar to move into.
That
Yes.
is exactly right. We are hoping by the end of next month at least to have something in.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yes,
So-
it would. Then you're still looking at 6 to 8 months, roughly. So,
Oh, sure.
so that'd leave us for end of summer, maybe early fall.
Sometime this year, you're hoping.
Hopefully,
Hopefully,
yes. That is the goal.
Yeah.
But,
If everything falls in place correctly for us, we'll,
And then your life will take a different dramatic change.
What life?
yes.
I won't have one.
Yeah, we won't have one in the
There you go.
beginning.
Tell us one last time about this collab that's going to be released on this day that we're releasing this episode, February 4th. Tell us a little bit about it again, who it's benefiting, the Heavenly Pauls. Yeah, give us a little background.
So we did a beer fest, Brewkids on the Block, which we won.
People's Choice.
Thank you, People's Choice. Can't put the word. We won People's Choice, which allowed us to go with Jason at Gift Horse to do a collaboration. And in that collaboration, $1 from every beer goes to the charity of our choice, which we chose Heavenly Paws, is a cat rescue. The beer is a chocolate raspberry pretzel stout, and it'll be available February 4th.
No name yet.
I don't think we came up with a name for it yet.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
I thought you guys did, or
I don't know.
I know
if they
Jason
did.
was throwing around something, and I thought you liked it.
Jason likes to name beers. So I'm pretty sure he already has a name for it.
And
He may.
That'll be fine.
I think when I was shoveling the
Yeah, when you're shoveling all the
threw out
He
a
was
name.
shoveling.
One of you guys said, "Yeah, I like that," or
Yeah.
There may have been, but so
Yeah.
much happened that day.
yeah.
Right over my head.
Yeah,
I
It's all
think
good.
it was cool is that we could come down there and be there with you
Yeah,
guys.
thank you
with
guys for that.
Jason.
It
So
was-
thank you.
that
Oh
was
yeah,
cool.
definitely.
It was a shock to us, but a pleasant shock at the same time. So,
Yeah.
And it all worked out. You
Yeah.
know? We got you guys here. We're going to help promote you guys, and maybe hopefully we can go along with your next expansion in your journey. That we can be there and help with you guys. So
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Always willing to do what we can.
yeah, what's the final score there, Kev? Or is it isn't over yet?
Not over 27-10. A minute 2 left.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Any-
What's that? 4 touchdowns. How many minutes? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
in your dreams. Any last comments, Mr. Dave?
No, this has been fun, and hopefully we'll be able to put some clips of that. I have some clips that we could put online
From that day that we were down. Yep.
along,
Yeah, we were
along
waiting
with
a little bit. Yep.
Mr. Kevin, anything you got?
No, thank you for allowing us to help with that brew.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't do anything, but
Stood there and watched.
Hey,
took up
you
space.
actually did something. You
I
shoveled.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
But no, we wish you the best of luck, and obviously we're going to be there to help. At least drink your beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
if
appreciate
nothing
that.
else.
We'll
but,
be there supporting you. I can tell you that when you
yeah.
open that door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That'd be great.
And no, just the best. Shoot for the stars.
That's what we're going for.
Gentlemen, any last comments you guys got?
I see a beer in front of me.
Me too.
Yeah, so
Me too.
Yeah, we're gonna drink some beer.
Yep.
Anyone that's been a part of this journey over the past couple of years of the fest and things like that have been following us, just stay tuned and keep an eye out for us. And hopefully, we're open here pretty soon. A lot of you have been begging us to get open to try our stuff.
so they can legally get
Yeah,
it.
so they can legally get the beer from us instead of just at the fest. So
Yeah. Yeah. And I thank them all, too, for the comments, the criticism. It all helps. So,
yeah,
Yep. So
Yeah.
make sure you look up Dover Brewing on what they have, and make sure you look us up on all your social media platforms at Central PA Pour.
Give us a like.
Give us a like and a subscribe at our YouTube channel. Make sure you check out Ben on our Mix of Six Live Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. And if you're out there, we're going to be cheersing out here with what's our last beer here?
This is a chocolate mint stout that we did as a collaboration with Robin Hood Brewing up in
Bellefonte, just
Bellefonte.
outside of State College.
Okay. And how'd you get hooked up with them?
This we did for Brews Giving Fest out in Pottsville.
With the Pilgaroo guys.
Yes, with Pilgaroo. They promote the event as Brews Giving. It's a collab fest basically.
That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah.
They had, I think there was 10 or 12 different collabs there, and this is the one we did for that one. It is, and it packs a punch at 10.2%.
10.2, and this is called a Scout Stout. You said.
Yes,
Yep.
it's supposed to be a little bit of like what you would think a cookie would be like the mint.
Ah,
The
yeah.
mint.
Girl Scout cookies.
Yes.
That
Okay.
were up my
Yes.
alley.
Yep, that's
Yep.
what it pretty much is supposed to taste like. What we're
Okay,
going
you
for.
say this is from Bellefonte?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Bellefonte.
I have some uncles that were from there. So, Okay.
All right. So if you're out there, let's raise a glass, no matter what you have in it. And let's cheers one with the Dover Brewing Company and the CPP. And let's all be bonded by beer. Cheers.
Cheers.